He heard it before he felt it, a soft click, somewhere under his boot. Then the truck lunged. He pressed the brake, hard. The machine kept pulling toward the wall. His foot was doing nothing now. Cold steel, bright screen, total silence from the pedal. Somewhere inside that gleaming body, a small part had come loose, and it wanted to move. It was supposed to be unbreakable. That was the whole promise. A truck that could survive anything. The man who shaped it was named Franz. He had drawn beautiful cars for years, smooth curves, soft light, machines people loved. Then he was asked to do the opposite. No curves, no softness, just angles, a shape like a blade or a warning. They built it from raw stainless steel, the kind used for spacecraft, they said. No paint, no coating, nothing to hide. On stage, a man swung a hammer at the door. The metal did not care. The crowd went quiet, then loud. This was the future, they promised. Bulletproof, rustproof, nearly indestructible. Orders poured in by the millions. People paid before they ever touched one. They wanted the machine that could not break. Franz had given them exactly that. A fortress on wheels. And for a while that was the dream. A truck you could trust with your life. Nobody was thinking about the small parts. The tiny pieces hidden under all that steel. The ones nobody swung a hammer at. The first cracks were quiet. They always are. Owners started noticing things. Orange spots on the flawless steel. Rust on the truck that could not rust. Rain was enough to stain it. Then came the sharp edges. The angles that looked so clean on stage. In the real world, they could cut. People warned each other online, careful near the frunk. It bites. But steel and rust were only the surface. Deeper problems were already whispering. Some who built these machines were uneasy. The pieces did not always fit right. Panels drifted apart, gaps you could feel. For a truck sold as perfect, that mattered. And then there was the pedal. Drivers described a strange feeling underfoot. A looseness, a shift, a wrongness. Some felt the accelerator move on its own. Not the engine, the pedal itself, as if something under it was sliding. They mentioned it, quietly, uncertainly. Was it just them? Were they imagining it? The machine was supposed to be flawless. So who would believe a strange feeling? The complaints sat in inboxes, small notes, easy to scroll past. Meanwhile, the trucks kept shipping, faster and faster. The dream was too big to slow down. Everyone that left the line was a promise. Unbreakable, trustworthy, safe, and somewhere in the rush, a warning got lost. Not a loud one. Not a headline, just a feeling under a driver's foot, a part that did not sit the way it should. Nobody wanted to stop and check. Stopping meant admitting the fortress had a flaw, so the line kept moving. They buried this file for years. Subscribe, because there are more. And the trucks kept rolling out the door, each one carrying the same hidden piece, the same small part, the same quiet risk, waiting for the right foot, the right pressure, the right terrible moment. It happened on an ordinary road, a driver, a truck, a green light. He pressed down to move forward and felt it. The click, small, almost nothing. Then the pedal sank and stayed, pinned to the floor, on its own. The motor answered instantly. No engine roar, no warning sound, just sudden, silent, brutal speed. Electric power does not hesitate. The truck surged like it was released. He lifted his foot. Nothing changed. The pedal was no longer his to control. He pushed the brake with everything he had. Steel and momentum fought back. The world narrowed to the road ahead. Wheels, metal, a wall growing larger, his hands locked on the wheel, his heart hammered against the silence, the machine that could survive anything, now carrying him somewhere he never chose. Seconds stretched into something endless. The unbreakable truck had broken its promise, not with a crack, not with a bang, with a whisper under a driver's boot, and a pedal that refused to come back up. The answer was hiding under a thin metal cover. Here is what they finally found. The accelerator pedal had a cover, a slim pad on its face, meant to feel smooth, meant to feel premium. That pad was held on with glue, nothing more, a layer of adhesive, and under hard pressure it could slide. A strong stamp of the foot was enough. The pad shifted up, toward the dash, then it slipped into a narrow gap, the gap between the pedal and the trim. And there it wedged, firmly, cruelly. The pedal jammed wide open, could not rise. The truck read that as full power, and full power is what it gave. The famous exoskeleton made it worse, rigid, tight, unforgiving in its build. That stiff frame left almost no room to move, the very design meant to protect the driver. Now trapped the one part that could kill him. A pad, a drop of glue, a gap. That was the whole nightmare. The strongest truck ever sold. Undone by the cheapest piece inside it. Not the steel, not the battery, not the shape. A sticker on a pedal quietly coming loose. The recall came fast once it came. Every single truck was called back. The fix was almost insulting in its size. A rivet, a stronger glue, a tiny change. That was all it took to make it safe, which raises the question that never dies. Why did it ship this way at all? The warnings had been there, the strange feelings, the loose pedals, the uneasy people on the assembly line. The flaw was never really the pad. Glue slips, parts fail, machines do that. The failure was that someone felt it first. Someone pressed a pedal and knew, and the line kept moving anyway. The fortress was built to survive a hammer. It could not survive being rushed. They sold indestructible. They shipped fragile. And the difference nearly cost a life. Because months later, the steel itself started peeling off, and that recall was even bigger.